guys, so I already started working on getting the frame cut up, getting everything out of it that I don't need. um, I was going to keep this bar right here, this straight bar, and that one coming down, but then I started realizing when I got down and started looking, nope, I'm not going to keep that. I'm going to take that sucker clean off. Same with the other bars. You can see that little bend in it. Yeah, that's not going to work. So I'm going to take that off and just replace that whole bar right there. Um, this one here is all boogered up anyhow, so I'm going to take that off. Um, this here is where the pipes were coming up, just all over the place. So I took all that out. Have to grind that down. Grind some of this down and make it look halfway presentable. And then I got the swing arm here. I'm not going to use the whole thing. What I am going to use is from right here back. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to take this part here off. I'm going to cut that right there. Might end up just cutting it right here. I'm going to cut it here first, see if it's doable. If not, I'll cut it right here, get another piece of pipe, crush it a bit, weld it together, probably put a piece of metal bar in there. Yeah, I went overkill with this. People saying, oh, it's going to break, it's going, can't handle it. Yeah. You're not using the crap that I'm using either. So it turns out I went way overboard for what it needed. People scare me thinking that, making me think that it's going to break. It ain't going to break. It ain't going to break for nothing. Shoot, you could drop this off a building and it probably won't break the way it had. Good Lord. So that's the plan. And with that, and more than likely, I might end up just cutting this right. Let me see if I can get a better view for you guys. There we go, right here. Cut it right there, come across. So what I would do is just continue the bar from here going straight back, and then connect it into that back part there, and probably put just a support bar in between, kind of like what I did there, just not so aggressive. I'm just crazy. Yeah, so like a lot of this here is the original, and this one and that one, those are original, and the bar coming across, that's original. But the way I'm setting it up, it's not needed, and this tubing is really thin. So I'll probably just get rid of it and continue the bars coming from here. I'll do the same design here coming out, but what I was thinking of doing with the seat, instead of just having it sit there, I am going to make a frame. That was the goal, that was the plan, is to make a frame for the seat. However, this is what I was thinking. What if I were to put hinges on the back and a latch down in the front, so if I want to work on the motor or anything, I could just unlatch it and lift it up, coming this way. I was thinking going this way, but I'm going to have the gas tank there, and I don't want it, interfering with the gas tank. It'll be kind of like this, all right? This is basically the other Trailmaster, all right? See that frame? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build another frame just like that. So I was thinking, what if I were to just put a hinge on it and have it coming from here up like that, make it a little easier to get to the head, which is buried directly up under the seat. I was thinking about that. It's not a for sure thing, but I was thinking about it. Wouldn't be all too hard to do, but I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. So, all right. So that's what I got going on so far, and I'll get back to you as soon as I get a little more done. And we're back. Okay. So, got all that cut out of there. I was like, man, that's just, So I got that cut out. I also gave the fork a little bit more rake because, man, it was so close to right there. So cut it pipe piece out there on both sides, bent it kind of basically down like that. Put the motor on there. Want to make sure everything was going to be good with the motor. The mounts, however, for the gas tank, see how it's at an angle? I'm going to have to cut going across here and across there and bring it so it's flat in line with the bar here. That's not hard to do. That way, when it's flat and level, well, it's going to be not exactly. Ooh, I don't want to drop that. I want this to sit about there. Regardless to how level it is with that, I want it to sit right about there. So I can get into the motor and all that much easier. So that's what I'll end up doing there. And then I was looking at the battery box, how much space I have in there. I was like, well, I think the battery probably isn't going to fit in there too well unless I push the motor all the way up. But I mean, look how much space I have there. That ain't going to make a difference. So it's okay because I can run it off of this here. Not this exact one because it's kind of puffed, but one just like it. It's don't have one on here. I have it on those two bikes right there, and this bike here is running the same motor, just all hopped up. There you go. See, there's one right there. So I can run one of these batteries in there, and it actually starts it really good, so no problem with that. You have to put it on the battery charger every now and then, but they last pretty good, so no problem there. I may or may not take the head of the motor off and clean it up. I'll have to take a look. No, it's pretty clean in there. A little dusty right here, but other than that, I mean, I don't feel anything in there, so that's good. I'll have to redo the exhaust pipe. Oh. So what I was thinking of doing, and it's 50-50. I mean, right here, there we go. Right here, that's just all boogered up right there. So I was thinking of running a piece of pipe going straight back. Cut this here off, to where it's flat, and just run it straight back. And kind of at an angle, kind of like, but very slight angle going all the way back. So it'll attach right onto there and have the exact amount of space, that I need to run that big, huge back tire. However, this part here, if you look, no, it'll be close. It'll be close, but I can do it. Yeah, I can definitely do it. So basically, the chain runs on that little cog right there, comes out. I used to have it going down under here and all that. I was like, I don't know about all that. But what I can do, what I will do, is cut this here off, clean this here up right across there, because I want to use this part here to put this back on once I get the other part of the frame on here. And I figured that'd be a good idea. Now I can keep this here and possibly rotate, flip it or whatever, so it'd be up on top so the chain can roll across it. If I need it, it can roll right across it, you know, and possibly do that. So I mean, it's not a guarantee yet that I'm going to do that, but it's an idea, you know. We'll see what happens, and I'll get back to you guys once I've come to a decision. Okay, so now I trimmed that down, got it all shaped, got rid of I'm using an anvil to hold everything down. So I'm mocking up, seeing exactly where I'm going to need these pipes to run, and exactly how long do I want to make this. I mean, I can make it as long as I want, really. I have the chain for it. I'd have to get a different brake line maybe, but that's not, you know, real expensive. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now, just getting it all mocked up, trying to figure out exactly how I want it, where I want everything, you know, and all that. Let's see, well, that anvil's kind of in the way there too. Let's see, get centered. There we are, centered. Now this side over here, this blue part of the frame comes out a little bit more than what I'd like, so I'll have to grind that down, and then get rid of the paint, torch, sandpaper, grinder, doesn't matter. And let me get a little bit more of this done, and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So this is what I got done. All right, I got this arm here on. Let me show you what I plan on doing. And it's going to take a little bit more, probably, oops, there we go. These here, I get these in a 10-foot length, and then I have them cut it down to 5 feet. But let me go ahead and show you here. So I'm going to cut that end at an angle. That will go basically, oop, there we go, yep, it'll go up on here right there. A little bit before this sprocket there. Let me put that down so I don't end up killing myself. All right, so it'll mount right here. The end of it will come right about there. It'll come up about yay high, just below the tire, I think, and it'll come up, come in, and then out again to this here, and then I'll work on putting in the supports, going right here, going up and down here, and going across, and then I can work on making the frame for the seat. Of course, down here I was thinking probably maybe a crisscross. I don't know, maybe, possibly. I don't know. Haven't gotten there yet, but I was thinking about it. I do need to clean up my welds. Let's see, I did take off those handlebars that I put on there. I need to clean that up. These here, I cut them, brought it up, and then I made sure with the calipers that they are exactly from the middle Going measuring from the middle, exactly the same length, and they are. So that's good right there. And I brought them up because the gas tank, when it goes on there, I wanted to set up a little higher. So I figured, yeah, that's a good idea. I'm probably going to use a piece of that flat stock metal here. Probably use some of that to make some gussets in there. Probably here, a little here, a little there. You know, strengthen it up a bit in those areas. So yeah, I already cleaned up my big old mess, and I think that'll do it for tonight, and then I will get back on it tomorrow, and I'll see you guys then. Okay, and it's the next day. I've been working like a dog on this. This is all just, it's like, there's no exact plan, there's no diagrams, there's no sketches. It's basically look at it, see, how I want it, cut out each piece, lay it down. If it doesn't fit the way I want it to, then I have to take it off and redo it. So that's what I've been doing. Also, the steer tube here was slightly off, and it wasn't lined up properly. So, and it was sitting way too low in the front and not even with the back. So I had to cut it. Where I did the rake, I had to cut it, take out a piece, which is that much right there. Take that out, cut it down below, bring them in, make sure that they're even, weld it back up. I'll put a picture somewhere, either up here or over there or something like that, of how it's lined up now. I use this here to hold it up, hold it in place. I didn't need a second person. Then now all I did was brush it so far. That's all I've done. I still have to clean up the welds. I have to put gussets in, but I did get the gas tank mount on, these two mounts on. There it is. I still have to take off that piece because that is no longer needed. Let me go ahead and let's see. Get over here. Ah, that's why. There we go. All right. So now that sits on there pretty good. It's not perfect, but it is pretty decent. I'll work on it a little bit more before I get it finished. Basically, the mount up here is a little bit on the tight side, so I need to whiten that just a hair so it sits proper. So that's not hard to do. I did get the rotor in today, so I got that on there. I don't have it tightened down yet. I will need to get a longer axle, and basically all it is a all thread bolt is all it is. And on one side I put a nut, weld it on, grind it smooth, and then on this side we'll have a lock nut just like that, but it needs to be a little bit longer. Always thought it was too squished before. And I cut these and lined them up so that they're not like all weird ass shape on it. So I cut those, had to make two cuts, one here, and straighten it up, line it up. Before, they were never perfect straight up and down. Even when I got it, when it was a Trailmaster and I got it from brand new from the dealer, one was a little bit off, and now they are perfect straight up and down. from here to the very front, right up there, exactly 52 and 3/4 inch. Well, just about, just a hair under. So it's on both sides, perfectly lined up. So I'm pretty happy with that. The seat will go right here. So later I'll work on that. I'm not gonna stress it right now. I got a lot done, so I'm pretty happy. I do need to do all the welding on the underside, which will mean once I get enough of this done up, then I will lay it on its side carefully and weld up the underside of each weld. So it's not bad. It's not bad. Oh, and this fender here, yeah, I'm not keeping that on here. It's just there for now. But it's lined up pretty good. You know, I'm pretty happy with it. That fender needs to go. It's not, it was never even straight to begin with. This one here, this one don't have a fender. I figured, well, shoot, you know, one like that, why do I need a fender on this one? So I'm not gonna run one. Maybe a shorty fender, maybe. But it ain't going to be made of that. It'll be made of the sheet metal that I got over there. And right here I'm working on the exhaust, figuring out exactly how I want it. So basically, this will go somewhat like that. Now it's kind of close to there, so I can bring it up like that. You know, I can tilt it a little bit more back, which is probably what I'll do, which will give it a hell of a lot more room. And then run the exhaust. What I'm trying to do is run the exhaust directly straight out the back. I want that sucker to be in line, so it'll come right out. Dual tips coming out. I figured that'll give us some design. You know, this thing had been mistreated and mistreated again and again and again. You know, it deserves something nice. So, damn, this thing's long. It's actually a little bit longer than this one, but not by much. I will have to measure it and find out, but I know it's longer. This one here has really good steering, so it shouldn't be a problem. And a big, massive fat back wheel. I mean, much bigger than that one there on that bike. I mean, it's a massive thing. So it's going to be fun. It is definitely going to be fun, and I'm going to have to take that off. That's starting to, every time I look at it, it's like an eyesore. But I'll get to that. So there we go. For now, that'll do. I'm going to go ahead and do a part 2 on this build here, because this one here is getting a little bit on the long side. But yeah, it's coming along, and I'll have plenty of room in there. I mean, look at all the room in there for that motor. Oh yeah, I have plenty of room. I mean, that thing's just going to look sweet. I was thinking about making, taking a piece going from here up to here. That's what I was thinking of doing. You know, try to blend it in a little bit so it's not just straight, you know. Just bring it in, and we'll see what happens. So there we go. Thanks guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and keep an eye out for part 2 on this build. And I'll be talking to you all real soon.